Hi, I'm Peter Sidwell. Welcome to my kitchen here at Simply Good Food TV. Easter is nearly here, and I've written a really lovely recipe for Lidl magazine. Hopefully you've already got one. If not, get yourself down and get a copy. Now, it's just a really beautiful, lovely roast leg of lamb. How to cook it, how to get the incredible gravy, sit it on a bunch of veggies. But now is the perfect time to go and pick wild garlic. Now, for me, it's incredible. It's got beautiful flavour and taste. I want to show you how to make a wonderful wild garlic pesto to go with this perfect roast leg of lamb. Now, if you do it for Easter, great. Bang in season. There's some really good legs of lamb there ready to enjoy. However, this will see you right all year long. So, let me show you what to do. So, first things first, we are going to get kind of the roasting tray ready, and it's really important that you do this so that the leg of lamb just sits on there and it kind of roasts all around the outside, but the veggies and the liquid that you put in underneath kind of push up through the joint of meat, so it's really lovely and moist and juicy. And as those sort of juices evaporate and push up through the meat, they then drip back down, and it's kind of this whole circular flavour thing that's going on in the oven. And at the end, when you then take the meat out, we're going to wrap it up in foil, rest it while we make a lovely sauce, like a gravy really. So, first of all, let's get our tray ready. So we'll pop that on here. No, let's pop that there, actually. Right, so celery. It's got a really, really savoury kind of flavour to it. And it just works with all the other things. So let's pop those into there. Okay, and then parsnips give a lovely kind of sweetness. And I've peeled these, but I'm not doing anything else really. I just roughly chop them. Nothing too out of this, you know, no fancy chopping, just chop them all. Okay, there we go. So I'm doing 3 parsnips, they're quite little. Great way to use them all up, okay? And then let's go back. Okay, well, so then I have got red onion. You could use white if you want to, but I quite like using red, and it's the first one I found in the fridge. Okay, so we chop that up, bung them in there. Okay. And then carrots. These will add a little bit of sweetness as well, and that kind of works with lamb, if I'm honest, that nice little bit of sweetness. Now that, there, look, let me crop into this so you guys can see that, is the perfect kind of bed of veggies there to be able to just kind of build that level of flavour. It'll be absolutely perfect, I promise you. And it kind of just, the lamb's just going to sit there and kind of nuzzle in as the veggies roast. It'll be bang on, I promise you. Okay, so what we're also going to do is we're going to add in some beef stock. So I've got a pint there. Okay, and that'll just help the whole thing keep moving. Lamb stock is nice, but it's very strong in flavour. So I tend to go for beef or chicken stock. And I've got 300 mils of red wine. Okay, that's about 300 mils in my kitchen. Okay. Let's put that to one side. So I've got some garlic here. Now, this is really going to hit some flavour into the lamb. Cut the whole bulb, you don't need to peel it, down the middle. Okay? So they look like that. Alright? It's really important that you cut them that way. And you'll see why at the end. Okay? So there we've got 2 bulbs of garlic. And then, again, this is a really important bit. Place them cut side up. Okay? Don't put them down, you want them to face up. Because what we want is that garlic to push up through the lamb, because it will taste incredible, I promise you. Okay, I've got some rosemary here, we've got 2 lots. We're going to put a bit in here, just to get it all going, and then the rest will go on the lamb. Okay, so that is ready. Let's get the lamb. So I've got half leg here, which is just enough for me, but you could go full leg if you wanted to. The recipe is for full leg in the magazine. And I'm just going to cut into this lovely British leg of lamb. Okay. Let's just cut into there. Get this open. There we go. Right, let's just sit that on there for now. Okay, so there we go. Half leg of lamb here, perfect for what I want, for the amount of people in my family. Okay, but you can see here, you know, it is just the right size. It's protruding out. It's on top of the veggies, so the whole thing can roast. Okay, we're not trying to boil it, braise it, or anything like that. We want it roasted. Okay? Let me show you nice and closely. So I'm actually going to wipe the leg. I want to pat it dry. Okay? So a bit of kitchen roll, and just pat it, and take any of that excess moisture off. Okay? Just because I want this to be kind of sticky, now I want everything to stick to it. So, a little bit of olive oil, okay? Give that a drizzle. It's just, there you go. Okay, sprinkle of salt. That'll help it all crisp up. Some cracked pepper as well. Lovely. Okay, and then let's just pop that to one side. And then we're going to take our rosemary. Now it kind of grows up that way, so pull it down, and then all the leaves will come off, and then we can chop them all up. All right? So point it up, pull it down. Rosemary is one of those things. It just has this perfect affinity with lamb. It is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I use rosemary for all kinds of things, but it really, really does work. Okay, so you bundle it all up, kind of hold it together. And then just run your knife through, and that means kind of just roll the knife through, okay? And just chop. Take your time and just chop it all up. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. There we go. Right. Let's bring the lamb back in, and then just sprinkle that rosemary all over the lamb. Okay, just give it a little pat. Don't worry if it falls off the leg, because it's all going into the juices. Okay, and that's the beauty of what we've created. We've created this kind of reservoir. It's going to catch every ounce of flavour. Okay, so I'll put a little bit of oil on there to help everything stick. A little bit more oil now, just a little, not mega amounts, because I don't want the rosemary to scorch in the oven. So I've got my oven here 200 degrees preheated. We're going to give it half an hour, let it all start to crisp, then we're going to turn it down and just let that nice slow cook. Full leg of lamb, maybe 90 minutes after the half an hour, so 2 hours in total. But this one will probably take half that amount of time. It'll probably take an hour and 20 minutes, something like that. So let's get this in the oven first. Get loads of colour on it. 200 degrees, 30 minutes, and it will crisp up, and then turn it down. Right, now lamb has been in the oven half an hour at 200, then we knocked it right down, 160 degrees, and then we just let it cook. Really nice and gentle. So let me just show you this lamb. Okay, so you can kind of see, look, all the lovely cooking juices. Now, okay, so let's go here. Right. So, what I want to do is get some foil, and we're going to take the lamb and we're just going to wrap it up so that it can rest. So 2 sheets of foil for me is a good amount. And then we will just carefully, being really careful, take the lamb. There we go. And then we're just going to wrap it up. Okay, and then I'm going to get a tea towel. I'm going to wrap it in the tea towel as well. And that just kind of helps it all keep lovely and warm. So, let's grab a saucepan. And then what I want to show you is this. Okay, so I want to show you these lovely squidgy bits of garlic. I mean, look at those. They're all squidgy. Alright? There is so much flavour in there. I cannot begin to tell you how much flavour is actually in that. So what we're going to do is just kind of mash it all up. Okay? So just use your wooden spoon and just squash all the veggies and especially the garlic so that you get it all out like that. Look. See, then all the flavours are kind of marrying together, okay? Just using your wooden spoon, just mash it all up. Right, I've got a sieve here, and then I'm just going to really carefully pour the juices off. And just pour them all off. Okay, get some of the veggies in there. That's it. And then use the back of the spoon, just get all the flavour out. Okay, and then we'll get rid of that bit, and we'll do it again until we get every bit of flavour out. So I've got all my lovely juices here from the roasting dish, and you can see, look at the colour, beautiful. Right, let's get that on the heat. I'm just going to bring it up to the boil, and I'm just going to let it simmer for about 2 minutes, just to bring it down just a little bit and kind of get all those flavours going. While we do that, we're going to make this amazing wild garlic pesto, which will just take it to the next level. Okay, so I've got some almonds here. I am going to roast these in the pan, okay? So, dry frying pan, little bit of oil there, and we're just going to kind of get them nice and crunchy, okay? Little bit of salt in there. There you go, see? That's it. And let's just start to bring those up. And while we do that, we'll get everything else ready. So, food processor. Let me move these. Okay. Let's get the food processor in, because that's going to do all the hard work for us. 100 grams of grated parmesan. Okay. Pinch of salt. Pinch of pepper. And then we have got our wild garlic here, okay? So I have got a couple of 100 grams, it's quite a lot. Probably won't need it all. But all we're going to do is just tear it and just pop it in the food processor. If you can't get wild garlic, you could just make a straightforward basil and maybe mint pesto would be quite nice, because mint works really well with lamb as well. And you could just do maybe half basil, half mint. Or you could do half parsley and half mint. That'll work. But you need to add some garlic in as well. But we've got this lovely wild garlic, and it is out there in the countryside, so you can kind of go and pick it if you like. And loads of chefs out there are picking it at the moment, because we absolutely love this stuff. You see there? Look, let me just crop in so I can show you guys. Let me just show you. Look, there you go. You can see, look, they're just starting to go nice and golden and crunchy, yeah? Okay? That's what you want. That just gives added flavour. Okay, so just give them 1 more minute, and then they're about ready to go. Good olive oil, 150 mils, or thereabouts. It's not very often I measure olive oil, but just give it a good old glug of olive oil. There we go, that should do the trick. We can always add a touch more if we need it. Right, there's my roasted almonds, straight into there. Put that on there, get rid of that, and let's blast this and get it nice and smooth. And we can just add 1 more ingredient to this and it should be done. So, let it blend down. I've got some white wine vinegar here. This will give a nice tang and a bit of balance, okay? Pour that in. Here we go, it's off. Right, so it's just blending down now. Oh, it smells amazing. So good, so garlicky. Time to have a little taste, make sure it's got enough salt, pepper in. Oh my God, it's so good. This will work so well with the lamb, I promise you. Right, that'll do. Let's get rid of that. And let me show you exactly what we've got. Okay, so, I mean, look at that. How green can you get? It looks super fresh, super healthy. It's just amazing. And you cannot get any more British. Wild garlic. Okay, so let's scoop this in to a nice big bowl. And I would always make more than you need, because tomorrow this will be amazing. Stir it through pasta. You know, it's just what you would always do with all the familiar pestos. But look how green and delicious does that look. And I promise you, what you will do is you'll have fun going out and picking it, because I did. And you'll really enjoy it. And you'll enjoy the taste of this even more because you've picked it. Okay, so there's our gravy. I'm going to add a little touch of butter to this because I just think, well, why not? Just a little bit. So what, there's 10 grams there. I'm just going to add that into the gravy. And it'll just kind of bring it all together and give it a lovely sheen and turn it into one of those nice kind of fancy restaurant sauces. And that's all it is. Do you know what? The best gravies, the best sauces are made from the roasting tray. So there we go. We'll just give that a little stir. And what happens is the butter gives it a really lovely sheen. And this will taste just blooming lovely, because all it is cooking juices and veggies and that garlic, and it will just, I mean, look, it all just looks delish. Okay, so we've got our pesto there, and then we've got our lovely, rich, sweet, garlicky, unctuous gravy there. Wow. And then the lamb, while we've done all that, the lamb has just rested, okay? So let's have a little look. So we'll unwrap it. There we go. Oh, this looks and smells good. Now, little tip for you. We've got some cooking juices here. Never waste them. Pour them into the gravy, okay? Get rid of that. Lovely. Smells good. It smells like Sunday to me. Beautiful. Right, let's carve a little bit of this lovely British lamb. And what I'll do is I'll cut right in, because you want to see this, you don't want to see me. Okay. There we go. Wow. Okay, so I've got a little plate here. Let's just plate a tiny bit of this. I don't really need to show you how to plate it up, but I want to show you how yummy it looks. Right, I've got a plate here, and I'm just gonna pop some of the lamb onto here. There we go. Lovely. Oh, smells so good. So, so delicious. Every inch of me is trying not to lick my fingers right now. I will resist. Okay. There we go. Let's take that last little piece onto there. Oh. Something about that wonderful Sunday roast smell in the kitchen. Right, I've got our lovely cooking juices, roasted gravy. Let's just pop that onto there. Okay. And then what we will do is that last little bit more there. There we go. And then our wonderful wild garlic pesto. There we go. How delicious does that look? So there you go, that is my Easter time Sunday roast leg of British lamb. You can get the recipe in the little magazine, okay? Go down to the store, get it if you want. But that was a quick video on how to actually do it with a little springtime edition of some of my wild garlic pesto.